Once, in the royal city of Isfahan, there lived a young man named Ahmed and his sister named Sanya. He knew no special crafts or trade, but he had a shovel and a pick. He told his sister,
If you can dig a hole, you can always earn enough to stay alive.
That was enough for Ahmed, but it was not enough for Sanya.
One day, as she often did, Sanya went to the public bath to wash herself in the hot pool and to chat with other women. But at the entrance, the woman in charge told her, "You can't come in now. The wife of the king's royal diviner has taken the whole place for herself."
Who does she think she is just because of her husband's fortune?
But all she could do was return home, farming all the way.
That evening, when Ahmed handed her his wages for the day, she said,
Look at these few mystery coins. I won't put up with this any longer. Tomorrow you will sit in the market and be a diviner.
Sanya, are you incensed? What do I know about fortune telling?
No need to know anything. Question, you just throw a dice and mumble something that sounds wise. Or it's either that. I go home to my friend.
So the next day, Ahmed sold his shovel and his pick and bought the dice board and the rope of a fortune teller. Then he sat in the marketplace near the
Hardly had he gotten settled when there ran up to him the wife of the king's minister. "Diviner, you must help me. I wore my most precious ring to the bath today, and now it's missing. Please tell me where it is."
Ahmed gulped and cast the dice, as he desperately searched for something wise to say. He happened to glance up at the lady's cloak. There he spied a small hole, and showing through the hole a bit of her naked arm.
Of course, this was quite improper for a respectable lady, so Ahmed quickly thought and leaned forward and whispered urgently,
Ma'am, I see a hole.
"A what?"
A hole, a hole.
"Of course, a hole."
She rushed back to the bath and found the hole in the wall where she had hidden her ring for safekeeping and forgotten it. Then she came back out to Ahmed.
"God be praised, you knew right where it was." And to Ahmed's amazement, she gave him a gold coin.
That evening, when Sanya saw the coin and heard the story, she said,
You see, there is nothing to it.
God was merciful on this day, but I dare not test him or another.
Nonsense! If you want to keep your sister back,
So he sent two of his guards to the marketplace to bring Ahmed, who appeared trembling before him.
Your Majesty, but it will take some time.
"How long?" Ahmed guessed the longest he could get.
Oh, 40 days, Your Majesty. 1 day for each thief.
A long time, indeed. Very well, you should have it. If you succeed, I will make you rich. If you don't, you will rot with the others in prison.
Back home, Ahmed told Sanya,
You see, the trouble is us. In 40 days, the king will lock me away.
nonsense! Just find the dress and find the ring.
I tell you, Sanya, that was only the grace of God. But this time there is no hope.
Ahmed took some dried dates, counted out 40 and placed them in a jar.
I need one of these days each evening that will tell me when my 40 days has been done.
Now it happened that one of the king's own servant was one of the 40 thieves, and he had heard the king speak with Ahmed. That same evening he hurried to the thieves' meeting place and informed to their chief.
There is a diviner who says he will find the treasure and the thieves in 40 days.
He's baffling. but we cannot afford to take chance. Go to his house and find out what you can.
So the servant climbed up the terrace on the flat roof of the Ahmed house and listened downstairs that lead inside.
Just then, Ahmed took the first date from the jar and ate it. He told Sania.
That's one.
The thief was so shocked he nearly fell down the stairs. He hurried back to the meeting place and told the chief.
This diviner has amazing power. Without seeing me, he knew I was on the roof. I clearly heard him say, "That's one."
You must have imagined it. Tomorrow night, 2 of you will go.
So the next night, the servant returned to Ahmad's roof with another of a thief. As they were listening, Ahmad ate a second date and said,
That's two.
The thief nearly tumbled over each other. As they fled and raced back to the chief, the servant told him,
He knew there were 2 of us. We heard him say that's 2.
It can't be.
So, the night after that, he returned with 3 of the thieves.
And the next night 4.
then 5.
then 6.
And so it went till the 48th night when the chief said,
This time, I'll go with you myself.
So all 40 thieves climbed up to Ahmad's roof to listen.
Ahmad gazed at the last date, then sadly took it out and ate it.
That's 40 is completed.
Sania sat beside him.
Ahmed, during this 40 days, I've been thinking I was wrong to make you a diviner, but you are what you are, and I will never try to make you something else. Can you forgive me?
I forgive you, Sanya, but the fault is mine. As well I shall learn what I knew not wise. But none of this help us now.
Just then came a loud banging at the door.
The king man already.
He went to the door and unbolted, calling.
All right, I know why you are here.
He swung the door open. To his astonishment, he saw 40 men kneeling before him and touching their heads to the ground again and again.
Of course you know, O great diviner, nothing can be hidden from you, but we beg you to not to give us away.
Bewildered though he was, Ahmad realized that these must be the thieves. He thought fast and said,
Very well, I want it, but you must replace every bit of the treasure.
At once.
And before the night was through, 40 pairs of hands carried 40 chests of gold and jewels back into the king's treasury.
Early the next morning, Ahmad appeared before the king.
Greatest fortune teller of this age, from this day forth you shall be my royal diviner.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I am afraid impossible. Finding and restoring your treasure was difficult. It used up all my power. I shall never be a diviner again.
What a loss! Then I must doubly reward you. Here, take 2 of these chests for your own.
So, Ahmed returned home to Sania,
Safe.
Rich.
and a good deal wiser.
and as diviner could have foretold.
They lived happily ever after.
Thank you.